quality products you need. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, and good it is. Good morning, all you guys and gals. Good morning. Oh, Penny. Penny's on fire this morning. On fire, I tell you, she's on fire. Good morning. Morning to goodness. Anybody practice yesterday? There's Mushmouth. Mushy drove all the way through last night. He texted me about 1:30 in the morning. Home, Pops. Home safe. Penny's all over it today. Penny, say hi to Tad for me. Ted, I'm sorry. Theo. Mushy's home. Saul Maldo. Good morning, Saul. Good morning. Cheat sheet. Ted's trying to fix the water dispenser on the fridge. He'll do it. Ted can fix anything. He'll do it. If it can be fixed, Ted'll do it. If not, oh well, looks like you have to get a new refrigerator, honey. Cursing helps the wrench not slip. Like just when your wrench is gonna slip a little bit, if you curse, it stays tighter. Sometimes. In the old days. Herbie out of control. You don't even get a new refrigerator, huh? You have to dig a hole. Here's a cheat sheet. You guys ready? Cheat sheet. Cheat sheet. What are you talking about, Pops? It's a cheat sheet. It'll be one of those 24. It will be one of those 24. So don't go making up numbers that aren't on, colors that aren't on here. Cheat sheet. If anybody's super smart, what they want to do is take a screenshot right now so they have it in their screenshots. Okay? Cheating. That's your cheat sheet. If it's not on there, we're not going to be talking about it. Okay. I'm going to give you 7 more seconds of cheat time. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 cheats, 1, half, 1/4, 1/8. Done. Cheating's over. Cheating's over. Good morning, everybody. Would you cheat for this? Would you cheat for this? By cheat, we're not talking about real cheating because we're impeccable here. We're talking about, would you remember one of those colors? Okay? You have to remember one of those colors. Okay? Not comedic stumbles and he goes, what the heck's going on around here? You stick around, man. You'll find out. I promise. Okay, next. Good morning. Good morning. I would dog Nat. You would dog that Ruffy. You're not getting near Ruffy. You're staying in all the way in Australia where we can still trust you. We like you way over on other continent. Okay? We like you way over on another continent. Okay? Who's smarter? Who's smarter? An ape or a crow? Generalizations. Ape or a crow? Which one's smarter? Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Which one? You guys say a crow. How come everybody's saying crow? Nobody has any faith in the ape? Not comedic saying ape. It's got to be an ape. Which do you really think it is? Trip and Vicky says it's a pony. Ponies are. No. No. Is it an ape? Free, the ancient one, says is going ape all day. How about crow? How about crow? Studies have shown that crows can be as smart as great apes. Is that a trick question? They're about the same. As smart as great apes. They are able to show imagination and anticipation of possible future events, as well as being able to solve problems involving abstract reasoning. So it's a tie. Who said ape? Who said ape? You were right. Who said crow? Well, by golly, by gosh, you were right too. How do they solve abstract reasoning? I know kids in school today that can't do that. So now my next question. That's my next question. Are crows smarter than our sixth graders? Are crows smarter than our sixth graders? Christine, it was not a fair question. But I made you think. Are crows smarter than our sixth graders? I don't see any sixth graders solving abstract reasoning problems. I mean, they do. Come on. But sometimes, Niffy, you gotta wonder, right? How about this one? That's creepy. I don't want to talk about them. Horses. Horses. Their eye. They have panoramic vision all the way around because of the way their eyes are made. A horse sees panoramic. And their eyes, can move independently. And their eyes move independently. How about this one? How about goats? Anybody know anything about an eye of goat? Almost sounds like part of a magic spell, am I right? Eye of goat. Goats are herbivores. They're often targets of carnivores. See, the herbivore does what? They eat everything. They'll eat meat and they'll eat grass and hay and grains and stuff, right? Carnivores, they're not looking so much for a grass meal. They're not too into salads. Carnivores are kind of into the red meat situation. Am I right? So goats become a target of said wolves. Due to evolution, they have gained horizontal, rectangular, slit pupils as a line of defense, which helps them run away faster. They see their target of running like, boom, it's right here, and that's where I gotta go. Goat's eyes. A goat will climb your car like a jungle gym. Hey, sounds like you have personal experience on that. Something happened to your car? What happened to your car, Higgs? Tell me next time. How about the oldest dog ever recorded in the Guinness World Records? How old was he? Don't look it up. Please don't Google it. I can tell you Jesus Christ should know because it was in Australia. This guy lived in Australia. Nerdy, you're so close. I have to. You're there. Nerdy's super close. Trip and Vic super close. This dog lived 29 years and 5 months. What? 29 years and 5 months. His name was Bluey. Bluey, how cute. I bet his eyes were blue. He was an Australian cattle dog from Rochester, Victoria in Australia, a neighbor of Jesus Christ. He was born in 1910 and he was put to sleep on November 14th, 1939, living for 29 years and 5 months. Bluey. Well, that is a cute name. My sister growing up, her nickname in our family was Blue. Pops has hazel eyes. They change depending on what color I wear. If I wear something, they go blue. I wear something greeny, they go green. My sister's eyes were bright blue from the time she was a baby. My dad looked down at his little girl and he said, "Oh, look at my little Blue." With a French accent. He spoke in the French accent. Yves Saint Laurent. You guys ever heard of Yves Saint Laurent? My dad's name was Yves. Yves Jean. Seems like kind of a female name because the middle name was spelled Jean. But in France, that's John. And in here with Jean. Yves Jean Kilbra. That's kind of a sexy name. Admit it. Give me 4 girls that think Yves Jean Kilbra is kind of a cool last name. I mean, a cool name. Huh? I'm waiting. I want 3 girls to say my dad's had a sexy name. Penny liked it. Nippy's like, it's French and I'm not there. Okay. He's like, I'm a dude and I thought it was good. Oh, Higgs, I liked my dad's name. Yves, that's Brock's middle name. We named him after a Dungeons and Dragons character. My 50th level fighter, Brock, and then had to throw in Dad's middle name. So you guys all know now. Rando Factos, we've been doing them for a little while this morning. Is that good, Waz? Was Eves. That's pretty good. Was Eves. I'm not kidding you, Cole. It was my Dungeons and Dragons. I was so into dungeon. I was like a dungeon master guy too, and like we were freaking nerds for it when Brock was being born. It's like I'm searching around. What name can I give him? I know I'm. He's gonna be a warrior. I'm giving him my warrior's name, not the wizard. I didn't give him the Mr. Wizard name. Okay, I didn't call him Gandalf. No, we met. We skipped over Gandalf. I also didn't want to call him the thief's name. Okay, no, no. I'm not a rule war. We really played good. A lot of imagination. Okay. No, we didn't. I didn't want to give him the thief's name either, Mr. McDirty or whatever. No, you don't have to call your kid a thief name. If you're gonna give him a name, give him a warrior name. All right. Suggestion. Are you guys enjoying the Are you guys enjoying the rando factos? You want a couple more? Who wants a couple more rando factos? I don't think you're really liking them. I had like 80 people here, 33 likes. That's a kind of a sign. That's a sign to me. That's a sign. I already told you guys. Oh, did you know this about horses? I kind of didn't. Eggs. I kind of didn't. I'm going to just read it straight out of here. You ever feel sorry for horses? Like, especially if it's snowing and they're standing out there and you're like, how are they not freezing their legs off? You know what I'm talking about? They're standing out about that deep in the snow. And you're like, oh gosh, I wish he would just go in the stable. How do pigs do that? I'm sorry, how do horses do that? Oh, Jesus Christ, you're creepy. Horses can stand in snow without the cold damaging their hooves or lower limbs because the part of their legs below the knee, that knobby knee they have, the part below the knee is just bones and tendons for the most part. No freezy, no meaty freezy. If horses are in extremely cold temperatures, their hooves have a mechanism for sending blood that keeps their whole body warm. Their hooves, little blood pumpers. Oh boy, it's cold. Oh Jesus, it's cold. Oh, pump it, pump it, pump it up. And they start generating circulating blood from down in their hoofy McWoofies. Deer too, right, Waz? Yeah. Well, what do I know about horses? I don't know anything about deer. That's pretty interesting. I still feel sorry for them from being out there, but they're not going to freeze their leg off. Foot hearts, eggs. Yep, 4 of them. Pumping away. I love rando factos. I love this stuff. I'm going to read a couple. Horse walks into a bar, says it's awfully cold. No. This is, let's do a couple more. I love this stuff. How about goldfish? How about goldfish? When goldfish stay indoors, they become paler than their counterparts who get natural light regularly. That makes sense. Well, pale little fish, you're not letting it get out into the pond sunshine or anything. Pale little fellow, right? What about this? If you keep said goldfish in total darkness at all times. He's going to die. He dies a death of chromatophores. That's something that usually produces pigmentation in the fish. But it's going to kill the fish. It's going to turn it all white and it's going to die. Because of the position of the eyes on their heads, donkeys have a visual field that covers almost 360 degrees. Wait for this. Wait for this. That's sort of like the horse. We just talked about panoramic view guy, right? You know what else donkeys can do? You want to freak out? Why is a donkey so good at climbing little ledges? And when we're walking, what do we do usually if we're being super careful? We look down and we see where we're putting each foot, right? Carefully placing each foot, making sure. You know what Donko does? He can see all 4 feet at the same time. Can you imagine that? He looks down and he sees all 4 at the same time. As he's picking where to choose to put one of each, all 4. 2's hard to concentrate on when you're scared to death and you're on the side of a mountain. Okay? The donkey's looking at all 4 feet at the same time. Nobody's even surprised by that. You guys say, yeah, Pops, we knew that. Okay. All right. I won't talk about donkeys anymore. Mushmouth can see all 4 feet. Okay. When exposed under ultraviolet light, scorpions glow a bright blue-green. Scary movie time. Scary movie. And you guys already knew this one. I'm going to just put it out there. We're not going to make a big deal out of it because we're adults. Okay? We're all adults. Lemurs. Ring-tailed lemurs. The males get carried away when they're fighting. Some of you already know what they do. They have stink fights. Where's my thing? They have stink fights. Remember when you were a little boy and you had a sword fight with your friend or your brother? Little boys know exactly what I'm talking about. Shh. Remember having sword fights? Hello. Adult show. Children shouldn't be watching. My brother and I don't know why we'd end up at the urinal together, same toilet. I don't know why. And all of a sudden, you'd have a sword fight. Oh boy. Who knew, Queenie? Queenie and I never did that. Neither did Higgs. We never got that far. We weren't that close. You guys know exactly what every boy here knows what I'm talking about. You can all hide behind the bathroom door and pretend it didn't happen. Okay? You can. But it's part of having a big brother. Yep, big brother. How do you like that? I know how to dominate my little brother. I'm going to... Oh, geez. Pops, where are you going with this? Well, I'm thinking that my brother and I were acting like ring-tailed lemurs. Okay? Well, there were 4 girls in the house too, nerdy. It was my brother and myself and 4 girls, and there was only 1 bathroom. And so the girls got and literally My mom had to set a calendar, a schedule, weekday mornings for school. And the boys always had to go first because they know we could go later. And then the girls would each get 20 minutes, one at a time. They'd have to go in the bathroom. You got 20 minutes to handle your business and get out. Next girl in. I think they put my brother and me together. We were ring-tailed lemurs, I tell you. Ring-tailed lemurs, male ring-tail leaders. Yes, Matthew, we did. Yes, we were extremely regular. Ring-tailed lemurs. What the males do when they're fighting is they apply secretions from their glands, urinal, secretions onto their comically long tails, and then they wave their tail, wave it at their rival. I'm on my branch, you're on yours. What? What are they doing? No, they aren't. They don't even hit each other. I'd expect a slap once in a while. You know what I'm saying? How do you snip this, bro? No, they don't. Okay. They don't even have to hit each other with it. It's all about the waft. They're doing the waft. Waft you, baby. Waft you. Oh, yeah? Waft off. Boom. Oh, good morning, True Heart. Yeah, okay, so that's lemurs. That's crazy. Okay, that's nuts. I'm going to do one more. How about this one? Vultures. Vultures are pretty smart. Vultures. They're not just gonna, they're gonna want to sneak up on you. They're gonna sneak up on you. You can still send your email. Go ahead. Bearded vultures like to wear makeup. We could go let's not go all the way there. Let's just listen to the rest of the story. Okay? Bearded vultures like to wear makeup. They modify their appearance by rubbing their necks and heads in iron-rich soil, changing their white colors to a bright reddish orange color. What? I'm too white. I tell you. I gotta rub mud all over my red mud, all over my white feathers. The older and more socially dominant birds wear the most makeup. He has the most mud on his head to show off and appear more intimidating to others. Personally, I don't think I'd intimidate anybody if I was wearing a lot of mud on my head. Okay, but yeah, hey, vanity knows no limits. Those birds are out there dressing up in mud to scare each other off. Nature. Give me 5 people that think nature's awfully cool. War paint cobalt. What are they doing? He just dresses up and then he sits back on his branch and he waits for something to die? I don't get it. Nature is amazing. Right? Am I right? Let's do something. Let's do a giveaway. I want to give something away. Today we're going to do colors. I have 24 colors here on my screen. I have 22, 24, 24. I'm going to pick one and I'm going to write it down. And when I say go, I'm giving 2 prizes away, 3 today. This first one, anybody could try to win. Second one is going to be a special, and then third's going to be a pearl box. But instead of numbers today, we're going to do colors. Ready? Which color did I pick? Which color did I pick? First person I see on my screen that says the number I wrote down, Woody K's already done it. Woody K already did it. Silver. I wrote down silver. Woody K said silver. Boom, boom, boom. Woody K. Woody K all the way. All righty. Woody, this is what we're sending you. You ready? First box of the day. Where is it? First box. Second box is going to have this in it, Woody. Sorry you didn't win this one. Just, you won something, though. Watch what you won. You won Woody K all the way. You won a 4-pack of nerdy licorice. These are infused. They have about a half a gram in each. So there's 4 of them there. They're absolutely delicious. Just take one and kick back. We're also sending you 2 Haig's packs. These were made by Hager Bump. With love, Moms and Haig's. And they're styled the purple Haig's. So you're going to get 20 of these and 4 of the licorice. We're going to send that to Woody K. Woody, I need your address today, and so I can send this out to you, please. Yesterday, there was a new person here. Shawanda won, and she sent me her address. Another new person won. They didn't send me their address. The box is going to sit here just for a little bit while longer today, and if I don't get that address from the new person, and we made it really clear how to reach us. You reach us by going to our website, scroll to the bottom, and I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world to find me. All you have to do is try. Okay, you push a button and we send. All right, but if you don't push a button, oh, they were in South Africa, is that right, Derek Anderson? Is that a true story? Then we're gonna have to give that box away again. Okay, I didn't realize that. Let's talk about mushrooms a little bit. And then I have a great reading for today. Okay? I have a great reading. Mushrooms, yesterday we were talking about umami. Do you remember that? Yesterday, we found out that umami is one of the, now it's being considered one of the 5 tastes, as it were. What were there? Salty, sour, sweet, and what was the other one? Salty, sour, sweet. Let me look it up. Funny that I don't remember. Do you guys remember? Bitter. Bitter, I forgot about bitter. There you go, enormous. Bitter. And then umami. And umami's that flavorful, almost beefy, close to beefy-ish. That's right, bitter. You guys are on top of it, man. I love it. Kids know this stuff. Mega food medicine of the macro fungi. That sounds pretty important. Whether harvested from a nearby forest or cultivated at home, that's what we do. Have you guys been seeing? Wait till later. I'm going to show a quick reel. We took it last, I think Friday. So it's 2 to 3 days old. We're already added more. That's a nice little view of what's going on over at the grow house. I want you guys to take a look at that because I want you to then tell me how great I am. Okay? So look at it and then tell me, oh, you are the greatest thing ever. No, look at it and say, this is what home cultivation can easily look like. All right? Whether harvested from a nearby forest or cultivated at home, the fleshy fungi of the world stand as some of the healthiest whole foods that nature provides. Though some species have been more researched than others, it seems that edible mushrooms are not only delicious, but they're highly nutritious and, even more important, medicinal. For just as plants span the spectrum from food to medicine, so do mushrooms. They are mushrooms. They are food and medicine in one. That's called a functional food or a mega food medicine. If you have a food that's considered both nutritious and highly medicinal, it falls under the category of mega food medicine. That's pretty cool. All you have to do is say that a couple of times in a conversation somewhere, and everyone's like, whoa, this guy knows what he's talking about. Mega food medicine, superfoods. It makes them not only a tasty addition to any meal, but a healing pillar for any diet. The dual nature of mushrooms was not overlooked historically in China. In China, the term yakuzin has long been used to refer to dishes that incorporate medicinal mushrooms. They've recognized for centuries the power of the healing power of mushrooms. And as they incorporate those into their foods, that's the yakuzin class of foods. In the Middle East, the Mediterranean Basin, North Africa, Australia, and the Kalahari, desert truffles have long been valued as an important and nearly sacred source of protein-rich food medicine. The use of desert truffles has been documented in ancient Egypt, Babylonia, China, Japan, Greek, Rome, Mesopotamia, and it's in Islamic texts. There's a lot of history. In these cultures, truffles were and still are a valuable food source throughout the year, especially in times of drought. It's hard to pinpoint the most nutritious aspects of gourmet mushrooms, as most provide at least a significant portion of the vitamins and minerals that humans need. Some species, such as the chanterelles, can be quite high in carotenoids, which is the precursor to vitamin A. Most other edible species are high in B complex vitamins, including thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, folic acid. Is this interesting to you guys? Is this okay what I'm reading? Am I background buzz? I find it fascinating. We're talking about we don't talk about that in Western cultures. We just sort of pass it over. And then we think, oh, mushroom party. Mushrooms, even in our diet, we don't know how good they're doing for us. I didn't. Moving on. The niacin content of some mushrooms can be on par with pork or beef, while the production of cyanocobalamin by fungi represents one of the only non-animal derived sources of the important precursor to B12. We'll get B12. Almost the only thing in the world that's going to give you B12 besides animal is mushrooms. Listen closely, you vegetarians. Many mushrooms also contain high levels of, wait for it, vitamin C. Vitamin C, an ascorbic acid. They also have ergotesterol, a cholesterol-like compound that converts to vitamin D upon exposure to UV light. Sun rays. Boop! I'm going to turn some of you, your little mushroominess tissues, into good vitamin D. You're eating mushrooms and it's better than drinking a glass of milk. The vitamin D content of many mushrooms, such as reishi and shiitake, can be even intentionally increased, but excuse me, by placing fresh or dried mushrooms in direct sunlight with their gills or pores facing up. You want them even more vitamin D? Stick them in the window, in your garden window, and let them get some sun on them. Mushrooms are also an excellent source of macronutrient minerals, such as calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and phosphorus, as well as some microelements. Listen to these that are in there. We're practically eating a smorgasbord of mines across the world. Listen to this: copper, iron, selenium, manganese, and zinc. All of these are in our mushrooms. I'm sorry for your loss, True Heart. A single serving of some mushrooms can even approach the daily requirements of iron and phosphorus. Boop! All you need. Single serving. Unlike mineral supplements that have varying degrees of bioavailability, minerals in mushrooms are found in an ionic form that is easy to assimilate. It's built into the molecules and the composition of the tissue itself. Mushrooms are one of the few organic sources of germanium, an element that has been shown to increase oxygen efficiency. You're going to have better oxygen efficiency as a result of ingesting. You're welcome, True Heart. I'm glad you were here for us to be able to say that. And I'm, reading away here. It increases your resistance to diseases, and it counteracts the negative effects of some pollutants. They also are one of the primary sources of selenium. That's a trace mineral that works with vitamin E to combat free radicals through the production of antioxidants. Selenium has been suggested to reduce weight. Our mushrooms producing selenium have been proven to reduce our risk of cancer. How come I wasn't eating these when I was 12? And you'll notice there's certain cultures that are less at risk for cancer, the data shows, than our American culture, our Western civilization, especially America. We weren't eating mushrooms when they weren't teaching us this stuff. They don't even teach it there. They just assume it and it's in their diets. It reduces the risk of cancer, cardiovascular disease, and minimizes the effect of HIV, rheumatoid arthritis, pancreatitis, and asthma. Makes sense, the asthma, since we're getting more oxygen available to us as a result. As discussed in chapter 8. Protein-wise, I'll finish here for today. We're going to pick up some more information tomorrow. Woo, we've got stuff to talk about here. Protein-wise, mushrooms contain, listen to this, okay? Mushrooms contain 3.5 to 4% protein. Here's a mushroom. 3.5 to 4% of that's going to be protein. What do you think a lot of the rest of it is? Water? Probably a whole lot of water, right? When we dry it out, it's like 90% water, 10% fruit stays behind, right? So watch this. If I give you a wet mushroom and you eat it, protein-wise, you're getting 3.5 to 4% protein. If I give you that same mushroom, dehydrated, dried out, 35% protein. 35% protein. Because now you're basically capturing, again, 3.5 to 4%, but of the 10% that's left after it's dried. See what I'm saying? Okay, we'll repeat that. Wet, it's 3.5 to 4%. Dry, you're going to get about 35 to 40% because you've lost about 90% in water when you dry it out. So that makes sense, right, Higgs? We'll carry on with this tomorrow. Let me just do a quick comparison. Protein-wise, protein. We just said a wet, you're going to get about 3.5. Exactly, true heart. The drying will concentrate it. And for me, it's more palatable. I have no problem crunching on a mushroom. The wet mushroom, just that squishiness. I'm not liking it. Okay, I know it's good for me. And Avatar, I'm reading this from Radical Mycology by Peter McCoy. And we're on page 144. I just want to read this final thing. Protein-wise, 3.5 to 4% of your wet mushroom is protein. Apples, 0.3% of an apple. Oranges, 1%. 1% of an apple is, 1% of an orange is protein. Onions, 1.4% is protein. Cabbage, 1.4% protein. Milk, remember we mentioned vitamin D in here? 2.9% milk. Pork, protein from pork versus from the mushroom. Pork is 9 to 16% protein. Beef, 12 to 20%. How about this? Wheat, 2.7% protein compared to our 3.5 to 4% shroom. Rice, 7% protein. Corn, 9% protein. Wait for this one. This one's gonna... Soybean, 38% protein. It sounds to me like a diet of mushrooms and soybeans. is about all you need. Throw in a little orange juice and woo, you're proteined up. What do you guys think about that? Interesting stuff. We're going to pick up some more tomorrow. Can continue to talk about the medicinal benefits of shrooms, and then well, you know where we're going to go from there. Sardines, yeah, throw a sardine in there too. Okay. Anybody, was that interesting, you guys? Come on, man. Tell me that was interesting. Come on. I love learning, and I love doing it together. Let's mushrooms. What an amazing thing. And I personally have more stumbled into it. And the more I stumble around, the more amazing I feel for being involved in something that's so darn healthy. I've spent so much of my life being unhealthy, to find out, not only the spiritualism of them, but the amazing physical and medicinal benefits of them. Just makes you feel like you're doing the right thing. Give me 5 people that say, you know what it does, makes you feel like you're working with the right stuff. I mean, just 5 people. Yep, we're working with the right stuff, doing the right thing. Makes you feel good. Makes you want to keep doing it. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Thank you for sharing. Agreeing with me on that. Looking for validation. We're doing the right thing. Imagine if we were selling stuff that's like really creepy for you, snake oil or something. Oh, you should get some snake oil and rub it all over, dip your head in it, and blow bubbles, and we're out there trying to sell the wrong crap for the wrong reasons. Finishing up for today, we're going to do 2 giveaways. Okay? We're going to True Heart, it's so important. You're doing good work out there at your farm. We're going to do 2 giveaways right at the end of this. But those are hook, so you have to stick around for the practice part. Practice, this week we're practicing, not this week, almost a month. We're going to go through parts of this book called How to Be Loved. It's not only how to be loved, but how to be loved. And that's the part that's the first part to learn, because it's an inside job. I fell into this trap many times as I tried to do things in my life. Like, I'm not okay until it's perfect. It has to be perfect, whatever my perception of it is for that situation. And once it's perfect, then I can take a deep breath, stand back, go, it's perfect. I really love this. That's such an enemy thought. It's like that is a thought that'll never help us grow. Things don't need to be perfect to be loved. That wasn't what I was taught. Like, I had to be like a perfect little boy. Don't fart in church. Do everything. Go to confession once a week. Do all of this. If you're perfect, well, you might get a hug. Well, you might go up to a white cloud someday. Yeah. You gotta keep being. If you're perfect, you might even get presents from Santa. The more perfect you are, the bigger your present's going to be. That is literally a program, a linear program that we've learned. We don't sometimes, that's dumb. I know you have that program in you. It's an internal bias to perfection equals love. It's there. Now, we practice our way out of it and understand it at an intellectual level, but where we were programmed, it's almost in our DNA, I would argue. It's close to in our DNA, just like our need to be accepted. Humans need to be accepted. So how do you get accepted? One of the best ways to be accepted is to stand out above the crowd by you're perfect. The rest of them are kind of dirty. Not me. So you strive for something that's going to be impossible. And you wonder why you didn't reach the zenith. You do not have to be perfect to be loved. That's it. That's the whole chapter. We're done. We don't have to say any more for today. Lesson over. We can all relate to the not feeling like we're enough. It's often why we do the things we do. But some of us haven't realized that we've been striving to be perfect before allowing ourselves to experience just love. Some of us won't go outside because I don't look great. They're going to judge me. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think I'm fat. They're going to think I'm bald. Oh, so you have to be perfect to go outside now. Oh, well, I got to put my makeup on and I got to put this on and I got to, before I could answer the door to the postman. It sounds hyperbolic, but it's obvious. When every time we do something less than perfect, what happens? You get hard on yourself. You get unlovable in your own mind. I was having a conversation with one of my great friends here yesterday. Man, I feel so terrible about that. And he did. That got him nowhere. I wrote him back. That gets you nowhere. Feeling terrible about it. You're living in the past. You're living in guilt. You're living in shame. And you're still taking it personal. You're taking it personal against yourself now. You're not even going to let somebody else tell you you're a crumb bum. You're telling yourself, oh, crumb bum, man, I still feel terrible about it. I can't tell you. For every moment you spend doing that, you aren't loving yourself. I'm not saying you got to go around being a jerk and then forget about it because I love myself. That is not the message. The message is spending time in the opposite direction of understanding who you are and why you did what you did and changing it and doing it different. If you spend any of the time in the past sitting on the couch talking about how it makes you feel and you can't believe you did that and I should slap myself again. If I could just kick myself in the butt, I would kick myself backwards. Spare me. Spare yourself. That's not what it's about. Isn't one of our rules, don't take it personal? Who takes it more personal than anybody? Ourselves. Where do you go with that? You're not growing. You're not growing. In 1 second. What you start doing is this is something I wrote him yesterday. You know what blame, when you're sitting around, you're blaming yourself. You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? Oh, I'm learning. No, you know what blame's doing? You're avoiding. You're avoiding your next step. Once you've reached blame, that's good. That's actually, if it's not blame, you sit around and wallow in it. The first step is actually awareness. We just be aware. Aware of what we did. How inappropriate or wrong or incorrect or where it spun off the rails. But diving deeper into that becomes blame, And now you're spinning your wheels. Stop it aware. Practice stopping, just being aware. Boom, man, I just did that. Now what am I going to do about it? I'm going to blame myself for a while. I'm going to spank myself. I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to even tell other people how terrible I am. Just so they know that I'm terrible. We do that. We write to people, I'm terrible. I didn't mean it. You know what you could do instead? Write to somebody and tell them, hey man, what can I do for you? Rough day yesterday. Today's going to be different. Is there anything I can do for you? You don't even have to talk about it. Just get in action doing something different. Once you become aware of something, now you have a choice. Now you have a choice. Keep being aware, blame. I'll end up depressed and on my couch for weeks, isolating out my window. I can't, over the smallest thing that can turn into it. Well, I blame myself. Aware. You could go that direction, or you could say, now that I'm aware, I'm going to do it different. I'm just going to do it different. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Months of people's lives can be saved. Certainly hours in a day wasted in self-pity. Loving ourselves despite being imperfect isn't a big stretch. Everyone we love is imperfect. Do you know anybody that's perfect? My mom was super close, I gotta tell you. But she wasn't. There would still be something she would do, and it would put like fingernails on my chalkboard, and I'm like, oh, well, obviously she's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So you're supposed to be. Only you. See, we think perfect. If we're perfect, we'll deserve love. I mean, after all, we're perfect now. We're handling this situation perfectly. Therefore, I'm elevated to the position of lovable. Now, shower your love on me because I'm perfect in this situation. Anybody ever done that? Expectation. Don't you see how perfect I am in this? Hey, come on, man, shower. Where's the shower? Because we're still at that perfect, deserve, you earn. There's no such thing as being deserving or undeserving of love. Whiskey, there's no such thing. We were taught you'll earn it, you'll deserve it. I hate the word deserve in the first place. Deserve is such a rotten word. People think they deserve stuff. Out of the blue. Well, you deserve it. Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just get it by doing it? Nobody just deserves, well, you deserve a little sprinkle on top of your head of good. Deserve. Deserve's another waste of time. Heard so many people talk about, well, I deserve it. No, you don't. You don't know. You might deserve a lightning bolt up your ass tonight. Who knows? You just do your best you can, and I can guarantee you'll have a harvest. Period. I don't even know what harvest I deserve. I deserve a bigger harvest this season than last season. You do? What nature program do you watch? I might have a hurricane come through I had nothing to do with. It's how do I respond to the hurricane? I'm aware of the hurricane. Now I can be depressed for the rest of my life. I got hit by a hurricane. Or I can say, that's what happens when a hurricane hits. Watch how I reply. Watch how I respond. When hurricanes hit my life, I go through them. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't get hurricaned. But I'm not going to live in the hurricane. And I'm not going to take it personal. And it didn't happen to me because I deserved it or didn't deserve it. Let's finish up with 2 more thoughts. Is this sounding good to you guys? It's good this morning. These are things I'm reminding myself as I stridently yell them at my phone to you guys. Real love isn't honoring what's perfect. Oh, look at the perfect. It isn't honoring what's perfect. It's accepting what isn't perfect. That's love. That's what we're supposed to practice. We accept you. We know you're not perfect. Come on. I love you. We're going to grow together. Especially if you're aware and you don't wallow. We can do this together. I can't do it alone. Alone, I'm walking around the house talking to myself like a crazy man. At least in the morning, I got to talk to 1,000 people a day. 1,000 people a day. 1,000 people a day. 1,000 people a day. There's our analytics. People that just want to listen and grow. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. None of us. What we're doing is embracing each other's imperfections. And practicing together. Final. What do you focus on? What's our focus on? What's our focus? The past? Oh, no. I'm focused on the future. The focus is on the future. Focus should be on your practice. Focus on your practice. What's your practice? I'm practicing the 4 agreements. I'm practicing kindness. I'm practicing loving myself. All 4 of the 4 agreements are basically a practice of loving yourself. It's the 4 steps to do it. But focus on your practice. We focus on the wrong things all the time. We focus on what they think. What's this going to be good? How much am I going to make? Where is this going to be? What color is better? And all of this stuff that's humanly out there, and it's going to create a lack of focus. Focus on what? On progress. This is the oldest one in the book. Focus on progress, not perfection. Weightlifter guy, he just wants to get another set in this week. If he adds a set each week, goes up a few pounds each week, he's not trying to lift 700 pounds this week. He just needs to be 35 this week and 37 next week. Mycology guy, same thing. Kindness guy, same thing. I'm doing about a 37 on my kindness meter right now. I'm going to ratchet it up to about a 39 this week. And I'm going to keep pushing it. I don't expect to be 100. I'm not perfect. I doubt I'll ever hit 100. I just want to progress. I want to be further along. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly than when I started. You know what that even allows you to do? Because you can still love yourself and do this. Stumble. Oops, I took a day off. Oh, you're terrible. You should have never been. No. That's the day you made a mistake. That's the day you sinned. What's a sin? You missed the mark. Sin, that means I'm going to hell. That's it. I quit. I can't ever win. Yeah, especially if you quit. Focusing on progress instead of perfection. That's sustainable. That is sustainable. Little bite a day. How do you eat an elephant? Well, I'm going to go in there, and by the time I'm done, I'm going to be as fat as you. Eat it one bite at a time. One bite at a time. It also gives us the opportunity, if we take one day at a time, one step at a time, 2% increment at a time, you know what you got to do? You know what you got to do? You got to dive deep into that 2%. You got to dive deep into that practice session. You got to really practice, and you come away with super skills in that 2%. If we glossed over it, we could push a button. I'm at 100. It wouldn't be a very deep 100, would it? It'd be pretty superficial, wouldn't it? Focus on the progress. There is no perfection. Thank you for listening to me ramble and scramble there. We need to keep learning this stuff about ourselves. We have such programs that have taken us in the wrong direction of personal growth, and I think they stunt mental health in many, many places in many ways. We need to be aware of that. And that's the starting point. And once aware, we can head towards shame and guilt, or we can head towards practice progress. Good morning to Ava. Good morning to Ava. I see you out there. So let's do a giveaway. We're going to give this away. I'm going to ask that on this giveaway, this particular giveaway, that if you have won something from me in, let's say, the last month from the T program, let's not have you participate. It's not never winner before's, but just if you haven't won, if you've won in about the last month, the reason I'm saying that is I want more people to get stuff. Sometimes it just happens, universe is great. Same person wins like 4 weeks in a row because I'm shipping it out and I keep seeing the same shipping. And I'm happy for that person, but then I'm sort of sad for other people that I wish could get something too. Okay? So just if you're feeling like in the last month you've received something, maybe take a step back. Nobody's judging one way or another. It's up to you. To maybe take a step back and let somebody that hasn't won in a while, let them win this. Let them win this. And this weighs, I have the scale here, this weighs 4.9 grams. Okay? Yes, let's spread the love just a little bit. This is a 4.9 gram Thrasher fruit. All right? And we're going to give that away to the person. One second. Those are some colors. So go ahead and name the color that I wrote down. Name the color. Just write one time, one color. Name the color I wrote down. If you haven't won a prize in about in about a month, go ahead and name the color that you think I wrote down. Okay? And you'll have to be in the United States as well for me to send this. All right, I'm looking for the color. And a lot of you are doing a great job. These are a lot of people that haven't won anything in a while. Avatar, Master of All Elements. Avatar, Master of All Elements. I wrote Orchid. First one was silver, if you remember. I wrote Orchid. Avatar, Master of All Elements. Avatar, we're sending that to you. Avatar, Master of All Elements. Send me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net. Scroll to the bottom of the page at my website. There's an email way to reach me, and you're going to push on that, and then you're going to send me your address, and I'll need you to do that today, okay, Avatar? And we're going to get that mailed off to you. It's going to take probably a box big enough for, it's going to take a gigantic box, but we're going to send that to you. Good stuff. Congratulations. Avatar hasn't won anything from me before that I can remember. So congratulations. That's a perfect opportunity to dive in here with us and enjoy what we do and what we give away. Let's do one more. Well, let's do one more. We're going to do a pearl box. A pearl box. This, excuse me. A pearl box. If you guys remember what's in a pearl box, I'm going to show you real quick, and then we're going to do a pearl box. The first card says, be impeccable with your word. To have great faith is to have great power. Great belief. Because your intent, your will is undivided. Focus. We talked about that today. We focus on our progress. When your word isn't dissipated by bullshit, doubt, the power of your word becomes stronger. When you're spending your time talking good and kind and truth, instead of gossipy bullshit, your word means more. We have a fortune cookie. We have a mushroom token. We have 4 grams of steel magnolia. We have, which is beautiful. We have 4 grams. God, Deborah Pearl, how many different strains was this girl running? Albino Trinity, another 4 grams. And we have, do you guys remember the lemurs? Remember what the lemurs were doing? Remember when they were doing their waft fights towards each other? Do you guys remember that? What we found out was the lemurs, the ones that won, the lemur, the ultimate champion in the waft stinky game, the ultimate lemur was taking these. He was on a regimen of these. He would take one every morning, usually before one of the tail fights. Okay? So if you're feeling lemery, you're gonna want this. All right? Okay. So I'm not gonna read the list. Most of you know who you are if you've won a Deborah Pearl box. If you've seen yourself receive a box like that, or one's on its way in the mail to you, why don't you not play this one? Let somebody else win. Anybody that hasn't won a Pearl box, anybody that hasn't won a Pearl box, I do have a list here of the people that have won. So if I find out that I probably will write to you and send you something else. Okay? So if you've won a Pearl box, let's stay out of this one. And we're gonna give this to a non-Pearl box winner. So here we go. Here we go. Colors. Which one did I write down? Go. Which one did I write down? Go. Which color did I write down? First person to say the color on my screen. Just say one time, one color. Funny Zenverse. Funny Zenverse, just one. Funny Zenverse, I wrote azure. Azure was the other color that I picked. Funny Zenverse was the first azure that I saw on my screen. Funny, congratulations. We're gonna be happy to send you this Pearl box. Yeah? Funny Zenverse is gonna be getting that. Funny, you know where to send your address to me. And I'd love to get this mailed to you. And Funny has not won a Pearl box, so we're doing great, you guys. So many people getting spread around. This is all going to everywhere. So thank you all for being kind and generous. Those of you that knew didn't step in, because you guys are getting good at this. Your kindness buttons are showing. So Funny, get me your address today if you can. We'll get this mailed out to you. Real quick before I go, did you guys like doing colors? Was colors okay for today? Should I do colors? Were we getting tired of the 1 through 50? We could do some colors. We might do some flowers. We might do, I don't know. We might do some alternators. Was colors, it was different. You only had to guess 1 out of 24. The odds were better for it. Well, no, because before you were 3 out of 50. But 1 out of 24. So we just, well, Funny's like, hell yeah, I liked the colors. I just thought we'd do something different there. Okay, so we might do colors again. You guys, thank for being so good to one another here. You really did look out for each other, making sure different people won. I saw you do it. I saw the people holding back. They're like, oh God, I want that, but I'm gonna hold off so someone new can win. We're learning, we're practicing here, aren't we? Have a great day, you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk more about mushrooms. We're going to give more stuff away. We'll do some either rando facto or mytho busto, and and we're going to continue in our love course. How to be loved. Hags, I love you. Jesus Christ, you too. Full loco. Nice job, Michael Allen, Penny Pack, Brandon, Jazz. Thank you for being here. Evil, Nurs, hello Nurs, Nippy, Nerdy, Tree Stump, Sean, Whiskey wants car parts, Rob Edwards, Nippy, Penny Pack, SSW, Edward E. Thank you, Derek Anderson, I love you. The Waz, I love all of you. The Waz, oh my God, I just wanted you back over here so you could tickle my funny button. Nurs and Satter Wolf and Enormous. And Dando, and Sean P. and Joe D's, and Neo Simplex, Satter Wolf and Matt, Woody K. all the way, Cleany, Nippy, Ava, SSW, Bill D, Greeny, hello Greens, Shawnee P, Penny Pack, Hags, Peace, Love, Tree Stump, Jesus Christ in Australia, Exception is awfully exceptional, Badgie, there's my badge, yeah, I kind of agree with that, Badgie. Nurs, Deborah Pearl, Ref, Buddy Nazg, Jackie Meow Kitty, Nerd, Calico Kid, there's my good guy, Calico. Satter, Jolie, hello Jolie, I miss you. Sean and Dylan and Edward, and Sarah and Rob, and Nippy and Herbie and Dylan, hello Dylan. We were talking about horses all day, Dylan. Charlie and Whiskey and Billy D. Laura, have a divine day. I love me some Laura. Penny Pack, Jonathan K. all day, all the way. Michael Allen, Jesus Christ. Jazz, I'm glad I like your pappy. Michael Patterson, Sean T. Mushy, great show, thank you. Wazzy, Laura, Christopher L. SSW, Satter, Joe Deezy, Ozies, Avatar, Dylan, Mr. Phillips, Jimmy Max, Rep, D. Anderson, Funny, R&R, there's R&R, Justin, he's okay, Satter, J-Sauce, City, SSW, Cleany, Ava, see you later, Jesus Christ, Tiffany, Pops, peace, practice, we all need practice.